My name is Junny Ocasio. I am instructor at Unity Jiu-jitsu as well as a competitor out of Unity Jiu-jitsu, and I am a black belt on the legendary Murillo Santana.
Once I found out I was fighting, I had to switch my schedule, not add extra lifting, and just train and rest so that I can drop calories and weight. And then today I'm gonna go train everything, but I probably won't see the boys till after we're done, kind of. There's like certain parts of my body I loosen up no matter what, which would be my hamstring, my thighs. And you know, like I'm just a little bit older athlete, so I gotta make sure that I loosen up everything as much as I possibly can. I get up at 5. Usually I don't do anything for that 15 minutes and I just think about things I'm grateful for in my life. After that, it'll depend. Maybe I'll study, maybe I'll work on something, or I'll just work on instruction, or I'll work on update my curriculum for my class. Also, like, I'm one of the few men that are very weird. I have hair on my body. They're like the armpits I don't keep hair on. Like, I'm just very weird about that since I was a kid.
Wait, you shave it or you don't grow? Okay.
You can come say hi and let me know you're in my class because you're late.
It's not here where it's for an underhook. And they start jumping over an arm lock. Jump over for an arm lock. And now you get stuck in this position. Okay? I know it's traumatizing for some of you.
But I love jiu-jitsu for all the things it represents for me. It's like my own therapy, a way to get my aggression out. I think it's like a double-edged sword. Like I love it so much that I hate it so much sometimes, right? So like I love it, but I think I'm beyond like loving it. Like I'm so passionate about it that it like consumes who I am. Sometimes I gotta remember that I'm not jiu-jitsu and like I'm Junny. And then at this day and age, a way to give back to other people. I can show them on the mat that they can be more than what they think they can be, especially through physical exercise, which usually breaks people. I can show them that we could push through that.
It's tough training with Junny.
Oh, it doesn't make it easy. Hopefully it helps.
He's like Asian tiger mom incarnated into a Puerto Rican body. I would say as a coach though, he's pretty good. He's not like that, but he's always telling you should strive to be better.
If I use one word to describe Junny, it would be persistent. You know, he used to be a little bit more closed off, didn't really want to engage with too many people, and I think he was very focused on his craft and always has been. His goals, he wanted to reach, being world champion. But I think over time, he kind of learned to, accept help from other people, build a community that, appreciates him and he appreciates them. It's nice to be able to watch him grow as an athlete and as a person too, especially in the career. So I enjoy that we can share that. It's very special.
I love Siobhan. He's such a good rounder. He don't care. He's just gonna go, and he made me make a couple mistakes today. It was actually really good. And he don't mind to take it to give it. For sure, like I'm gonna do today's double, maybe tomorrow double. I might just do one on Thursday. I might just make a longer class on Thursday and just do one because I don't want to destroy myself. I'm probably gonna drop really fast. But I also gotta fight the following weekend, so I need a balance. I feel sharp. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. I just gotta be mindful not to overtrain and not get too in my head about being perfect. What inspired me to be an athlete or a competitor was mainly when I was a young kid, having a rough upbringing. I got into wrestling, and it was the only thing that made me feel like amazing and like I was just so good at something in this world. And I was very young. I was like 16. I kind of held on to that, and I didn't have a good wrestling career after the first year. I got into a lot of like drugs and bad stuff, and things were happening to me that I couldn't control. But I kept that dream of like wanting to be an athlete, and then I fell in love with MMA. I wanted to be like a 135-pound champion or something, right? I had a really good knack for grappling, where like striking, I had to like really work super hard. I got pretty good at it, but not as good and not as natural as grappling came to me. So I felt like that was my calling. About 10 years ago, I was still working a full-time job and then still waking up early. I had to find a gym that lifting could be done at like 4 in the morning. And then I had to go train like 2 classes in the morning and then go to work the rest of the day. Discipline's so hard. Discipline is like just doing the shit that, even if you love doing it, just doing the shit that you love doing, but you really don't want to do on the days that you really don't want to do it. And I'm disciplined. I have standards for myself, which is why I'm where I'm at. But it definitely defines me as a person. Nothing I've gotten has come easy. And it's, to this day, it's still so hard. I put so much effort into every single thing, my class, my life, being a better man, being a better friend, being a better person, better everything. So it's definitely something I try really hard to pay attention to.
Fight2Win on Saturday, okay? Junny va a competir. Try to do the support if you cannot do saying the word, okay? Sit,
You know, when we're dropping weight or we're cutting, you know, we tend to be, there's moments where you feel like you're not perfect, and I'm a perfectionist, so I chase it at least. And today there are some moments where I messed up a little bit in training in the morning and in the afternoon. But the main thing is that we put our full effort into the rounds that we did, and we had kept a good pace going, and we kept trying to keep that pace up the whole time. Be submission oriented as always, but also position wise. And we did a good job, made some mistakes I'm not happy about, but I'm not gonna get too crazy about it. It's too close to the fight to get too crazy. Now I'm gonna take a ride back to my apartment and have the best part of the day, which is my smoothie. I can't wait to have it. And then a little break, and then we'll go to my functional pattern trainer, and he will tune me up a little bit, and then ride back, and then I'll finish the day off with some dinner and then some well-needed sleep.
And this one was straight up 145.145. So we're about 145. We're on earlier weights. All the weight is measured with water hydration, so we don't need to go crazy. We make sure we have a lot of water in us so that when we actually do cut, the sweating comes out. On the last day that I train on Friday, I'll probably, after I'm done training, after that last sweat, I'll probably be like 140, 139, and then we'll cut down from that, and it'll be like probably like 30 minutes before I make 136, and it'll be good. That's a little bit of a different process than I would do for IBJJF. For IBJJF, I would make same day weigh-in, so I would have to do the same thing, but then I hold that weight, drink water for another day, eat some food light, and then usually I float down a pound or two, and then in the morning usually I'll cut from like 38, and then I'll fight. I'll hydrate up and then fight once I weigh in. Every time I fill this up, this is half a gallon. Then I drink the whole thing during training, have to come back, drink a protein shake, fill it back up, go to pro training, whatever's left, we just throw it into that cup right there. And then that'll cover the water weight that I lost during the training. And then we just make sure we stay hydrated throughout the day, maybe drink like another one of those cups. So we equal about maybe 2.5 gallons. And we keep our weight with a lot of water so that it keeps coming out, keeps flowing, and we keep sweating and peeing it out so that you never really get like caught up with not being hydrated. And usually the type of egg I make just depends on how I feel. Today we're doing omelet. I love cooking. I make all my meals usually. I make healthy versions of like meals that like you would buy in the store, so burgers, fried chicken stuff, pizza, everything. Usually when I cut weight, the first day I'll have sushi, the second day I'll have a refeed day where I'll have like some type of meal that I've been wanting. Sometimes it's a cheesesteak, sometimes it's pizza. This weekend we have to fight, and then we have to fight the next weekend, so we have to be mindful that we can indulge a little bit on Sunday, but we don't want to go too crazy or too far so that we can drop right back down to the next week. That's on a Sunday though, so that gives me a lot more time to drop down, and I can take my time, versus like I only have 4 days to cut weight now, so it's a little bit sporadic. We have smoothie straws over here on the side, but because of the fact that I have smoothie every single day.
Again, be nice. Tuesday, right? You want me to?
But I still want to see you for a little bit.
Okay.
Come over to my walk.
Yeah, I could do that. I'll think about it. We'll see.
Oh yeah?
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna do a problem. See, like, some of the best in the city yet. This is not fun.
What are you feeling right now?
Man, it's like so much pressure, like going from my quad muscle all the way up to my hip flexor.
We're called myofascial release. We're just trying to put pressure onto tissue that maybe just kind of getting dehydrated or like stuck together. So what we do is put pressure, so it kind of like squeezes onto obviously all the tissue. It kind of like promotes the body to like fill it up with fluid and hydration. And when we go do movement after this, it allows for like a little bit more flexibility, and that flexibility through the range of motion allows you to like get better, like, you know, like chop or whatever kind of movement we end up doing in the exercises.
Functional patterns is a modality created by Naudi Aguilar. It's a modality that kind of like orients your training around 4 big things. It's running, walking, throwing, and your just posture, your standing posture. We train how humans and should be moving. Similar to Jiu-jitsu is, again, you have to do it slow, methodical first, and then we'll have you go for like, you know, a run and really test out what your body's doing. The biggest thing that he's improved on is honestly, like, I mean, we have a before and after on his posture because of how much his posture changed. And again, like his whole body is just like a lot more like sturdy without traditional weightlifting.
Oh, the cartoon, the people. Yeah.
Best things about Junny, outside of being a big nerd, I mean, his commitment and his drive to be the best.
So they're on Kelly right now. Looks like they have 3 more fights and then they'll be.
So when I go in to Fight2Win, I have going at Eric Maples. It's my 5th title defense, so a little nervous going into it. This rule set is submission only, so they count more submissions than they do positional dominance. So point for regular submission, for a deep submission is 5 points, and for slamming is 1 point. And then if there's no submissions, then they look at the dominance. Where in other tournaments, if they went for the sub, but you're able to mount them as they subbed you, you would win that because of the points. It would be the opposite for this. So looking at being a very nervous weekend, but I'm very excited to get back out there.
Please welcome the champion, Junny Ocasio.
Ready? Getting after it.
So for me, time, I have no time to waste. I'm gonna pay attention to what I gotta do, and if I want to do it now when I feel like I can do it. And no matter how many medals I get, none of that's gonna make me happy. Happiness is just hanging out with my girlfriend, seeing my dogs, and knowing that it's a little bit deeper than medals in jiu-jitsu. I have nothing to prove at this point, so it's just me out there for myself.